Let's talk a little bit about some Nahu books. So, the issue is that the old Arabs, Bismillahi walhamdulillahi, Bismillahi awwalahu wa akhirah, is that the old Arabs, they didn't used to study Nahu and they didn't used to study Sarf. Rather, they were called Saliqiyun, the Saliqis, that's with a qaf. This means they have a natural disposition for Arabic language in a way that they don't make mistakes without learning the rules. They grow up like that. Those don't exist anymore. So when did the rules start getting documented, like what we're reading in Qatrun Nada? You know the story of Abu al-Aswad ad-Du'ali with Imam Ali. Is there anyone who doesn't know that story who's listening right now? If you wouldn't mind. Okay. Bismillah. So, Abu al-Aswad ad-Du'ali once was on a rooftop with his daughter at night. And the stars were so beautiful and twinkling. So she said to him, Ya abati, ma ahsanu sama' ma ahsanu sama'i. So that's what she said to him. So he answered her according to what she said to him. So he said to her, Nujumuha, it's stars. So when he answered her like this, then she knew that he didn't understand her question, or he didn't understand what she said. She knew that he didn't understand what she said, because didn't warrant this response from him. So she said, Ma aradtu hadha, I didn't mean that. Aradtu, yani, she said, I meant to express astonishment at how beautiful the stars are. So he said to her, Iftahi fak, Iftahi faki, open your mouth. And what this means is he's saying, say it with a fatha. You know, fatha means opening. Yani, he's saying to her, say, ma ahsana sama'a. With fatha, not ma ahsanu sama'i. So what she said means, what's the most beautiful thing of the sky? Or that's what he understood from her. So he said to her, it's stars, nujumuha. And what she wanted to say was, how beautiful are the stars? So when she meant to say, how beautiful are the stars? That means the stars are so beautiful. And then he said, it's stars. So she knew that he didn't understand what she's saying. So this concerned Abu al-Aswad, and he went to Imam Ali the next day. He said, something happened to something is happening to our children. So he mentioned to him this mistake. Imam Ali said, this is because of the mix of Arabs and non-Arabs. What this means is, before the Arabs were isolated, before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so they were just talking to each other, and they had different dialects, but they had a pure Arabic language that they said they spoke it properly. So when Islam came, and then the Arabs started going out to the non-Arabs, the non-Arabs, the A'ajim. When the Arabs started going out to the A'ajim, that's not racist, by the way. Subhanallah, the race is so delicate. Racism stuff, uh, very easy trick of the devil. Surefire one for the devil. The A'ajim, the Arabs were going out to them, and they were coming to the Arabs. So now the Arabs are mixing with people who don't speak their language. Because of this, their knack for their own language, they started to lose their knack for their own language. Now, understand that at this time, obviously, there's still people like that existing. This is just the start of where they are going to start documenting rules and inventing dots and harakat and things like that. And Hamza, writing the Hamza, that is. They didn't used to write Hamza. They wrote the alif, they wrote the waw, they wrote the ya. They didn't write a Hamza. They took it from the head of the Ain. And then what happened? He went to Imam Ali, and that's what Ali told him. And then Ali dictated to him some words. Yani, Ali prepared him for a lesson, and then dictated to him some things. He dictated to him that there are three parts of speech: ism and fi'l and harf. And some other things he dictated to him. And then he told him, go like this. This is what should get you started. So Abu al-Aswad used that introduction that Ali gave him, and he started building on that. And he started collecting the rules of the Arabic language. If I were prepared, I'd read it to you right now, but I don't want to stop and look for the book. But mashallah, I do have a recording of that on YouTube. I'll share it with this group, inshallah, if you want to click it. So they started documenting the rules of Arabic language. They started documenting the Nahu. So who's documenting this Nahu? The Saliqis, actually. Saliqis are documenting this Nahu. But after some time, there weren't any Saliqis left. And then these rules got transmitted and documented and built on. And statements of scholars get criticized. And then madhabs came in Arabic language, the Kufi and the Bisri. They documented the Nahu, that's what we study every weekend. They documented Sarf. Sarf is the science of the structures of the words, not the relationship of the words to each other in a sentence. And they documented the balagha, rules of balagha, rhetoric. It's really more than rhetoric. Balagha means eloquence. That's a field, eloquence. I personally didn't find something in English that looks like anything that looks like a book in Balagha in Arabic. Meaning, I've seen English grammar books with detailed rules of English grammar, textbooks. It's not nice and smooth and sweet like the way the scholars, the Islamic scholars do, the Muslim scholars. But they have this. But Balagha, I didn't find something that really talks about figures of speech, categorizes figures of speech and styles of speech and the types of topics that Balagha, this field of Balagha, handles. So if anybody ever sees anything like that, please share it. Even remotely close to that, please share. And the other fields of Arabic language. Now, your standard book of Nahu, you're just learning, is going to be Al-Ajurrumiyyah. This group of ours, we skipped a grade. Really, we skipped 2 grades. Going through Qatru Nada like we are, I say, we skipped 2 grades. If you want a nice gradual elevation in Nahu, then a good book to start with is Al-Ajurrumiyyah. It's your basic. If y'all wanted to, we can start that. We can consider Qatru Nada an accomplished mission for now. We could start Al-Ajurrumiyyah if you wanted to. But only if you tell me to. If not, I'll stick to plan, inshallah. And then step 2, if it were me, I'd say then you take Mulhatul I'rab. Mulhatul I'rab is a little bit bigger than Al-Ajurrumiyyah. And it's a very famous classical work of Nahu. Qad yuqal, it's a belt. It's a nice belt. It's poem. He said that it's the first poem in Nahu. First poem in Nahu. Not first Alfiyah in Nahu. Alfiyah means 1,000-lined poem. Not first Alfiyah, it's not that long. It's like 300 something lines. Which is small. But has nice chapters in it. Mulhatul I'rab. It's nice expansion for Al-Ajurrumiyyah. Then after that, there's Qatru Nada. That's what I would do. But that's not how I took it. First of all, I did take Mulhatul I'rab, but not in the classroom. But I took Al-Ajurrumiyyah, and then I took the Mutammima of Al-Ajurrumiyyah. Mutammima means the completion of Al-Ajurrumiyyah, that one you started with. And I took Qatru Nada after that. And I always felt that should be the other way. And I said to myself, the mashayikh, they know what they're doing. But I saw for myself, if it were me, I'd do it the other way. And then, after I had already finished that, after I got past both of those books, Qatru Nada and the Sharh of the Mutammima, I heard that they had changed the curriculum. And they started giving Qatru Nada first, and then Sharh of Mutammima. If I understood right, Dr. Wafi caught whiff of that there and he reversed it. So when he did that, then I knew that it's right. Uh, what did he do there? So you have already seen Qatrun Nada. You got a good taste of it. So that's the tone of the book. It's pretty much going to go like that until we get to the end. We have plenty to go there. The Mutammima of Al-Ajurumiyya takes Al-Ajurumiyya and basically pumps it up to like the level of Qatrun Nada. It's like Al-Ajurumiyya on the level of Qatrun Nada. That's the Mutammima of Al-Ajurumiyya. So one of the scholars, he's a Maliki scholar, Al-Ra'ini, he took the metin of Al-Ajurumiyya and he basically beefed it up. Yes. So that it's more comparable to Qatrun Nada. And it has, it's more detailed though. It's more wordy than Qatrun Nada. Qatrun Nada has nice, smooth style. Mutammima of Al-Ajurumiyya is smooth, but it's more wordy. And then, because so wordy, it's not so wordy, but it's more wordy than Qatrun Nada. Then explanation of this Mutammima probably could be like advanced, I think, just to tackle the way he speaks in the text. You said go ahead and do the sharh of Zaini Dahlan Al-Ajurumiyya. I have no problem with that. Inshallah. Will be so beneficial actually. Because I think it's going to be a nice review for you if we do that. Probably will do that inshallah. If Allah enables me to be prepared for next week, we'll do that. We'll start from the beginning there. So then, after the Mutammima, then what? Then you have the Alfiya of Ibn Malik. Alfiya Ibn Malik. Subhanallah. Ibn Malik is the highest grammarian of the latter-day scholars. The Imam of the grammarians is Imam Sibawayh. He's the Imam. He is Imam al-Nuhah, the Imam of the grammarians. Sibawayh, he's from the time of the Salaf. And he's not an Arab. Each field has its Imams. Do you know who's the Imam of Mustalah? Anyone? Who's the Imam of Mustalah? Hadith science. Who's the Shaykh of the scholars of Mustalah? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ibn Salah. Imam Ibn Salah. Doesn't mean there weren't any before him, but he is the Shaykh. Like that, Ibn Malik, he's the Shaykh of the latter-day grammarians. So he has an Alfiya. He has many books in Nahu and in Sarf. This Alfiya, this one is very nice metin. All these metins I told you are prestigious classical works in Nahu. This is very pure ilm here. Kuffar don't teach Arabic like this, even if he's Arab. They try to mimic the Westerners' approach to teaching language. Yes, so this Alfiya of Ibn Malik, that means 1,000 line poem. That's Nahu and Sarf. Nahu and Sarf. Sarf is what? It's the science of how to go from one form of the word to another. Also, Mulhatul I'rab has Sarf in it. Nahu and Sarf traditionally were taught together. Used to be that they were like one field. And eventually the scholars split them, sifted them. But there's no way to completely teach Nahu without teaching some Sarf. And there's no way to completely teach Sarf without teaching some Nahu. When I say completely, I mean to go through a book of Sarf or Nahu from beginning to end. You won't, in either field, talk about rules of the other. There are some places, some cases where these two fields are intrinsically linked. This Alfiya ibn Malik is so famous and very prestigious. Yani, if you took it, then yani, if we're going to assume you took Alfiya ibn Malik and memorized the metin and understood all the masail in it, then yani, you have something nice there. And there's many explanations for this Alfiya ibn Malik. Ibn Hisham, the author of Qatrul Nada, he has an explanation of Alfiya ibn Malik. Although, yani, I did learn from one of the professors, from one of the Asatidha. He said, Awdahul Masalik, that's Ibn Hisham's book, is an explanation of Alfiya ibn Malik. But really what it is like rewording. And in the process, there's explanation, yes. But he didn't really take the text of Ibn Malik and then explain it and break it down. What he did was he took the poem, that 1,000 line poem, and he rendered it into prose. He rendered the poem into prose. Very nice book. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. They often do the other way. A scholar would write a text, so it's just in prose. Prose means not poetry. And then some other scholar would come and render that text into poetry. But here he did the other way. It's called Awdah al-Masalik. Awdahul Masalik. Ameen wa iyyakum. Subhanallah. Naam, hakadha. So we took an explanation for Ibn Malik. The explanation of Ibn Aqil. Sharh Ibn Aqil. That's famous Sharh of Ibn Malik. And it is, yani, I say it's serviceable. It is good. Yani, of course it's good. It was described as a moderate explanation of Ibn Malik. That means not too light. It's not too detailed. Yani, that's true. Subhanallah, it's a nice book. There's so many explanations for Ibn Malik. Now I'm trying to think, is there one that I really liked a lot? Of course, As-Suyuti, he explained Ibn Malik, and his sharh is very nice. Subhanallah. Now, I don't suppose that we would make it in these lessons of ours to Ibn Malik, but if Allah willed, we would. So, when I just sat down with you all right now and wasn't able to plug my thing in, I just grabbed the first thing that my eye fell upon, which is the Mutammima of Al-Ajurumiyya. That's just the metin. Al-Ra'ini, he did this metin, the Maliki. Same one who explained what? He explained Al-Waraqat by Imam Al-Haramain. He's Maliki. He explained the Shafi'i Usul al-Fiqh book. Waraqat is Shafi'i Usul. He did the Matan for the Mutammima of Al-Ajurrumiyyah. I only know personally 2 explanations for this Matan. One of them is by Al-Fakihi. That's the one we took. And the other one, I forgot who did it. And I don't think it's better than Al-Fakihi's. Al-Fakihi, this one, he's nice. Nice grammarian. One of the ulama. He explained Qatrun Nada. He has a sharh for Qatrun Nada. So I only know also 2 explanations for Qatrun Nada. So Qatrun Nada is the Matan. Ibn Hisham explained his own Matan, and Al-Fakihi also explained Qatrun Nada. And his explanation is very nice. And Al-Fakihi, he also explained Mulhatul I'rab. His explanation for Mulhatul I'rab is hefty. Subhanallah. That's not the explanation I took for Mulha. I took the explanation for Mulhatul I'rab by a sheikh called Bahraq. Sheikh Bahraq. Al-Fakihi, he explained Mutammima of Al-Ajurrumiyyah. That's one we took. So that one is like on the level of Qatrun Nada, the sharh. It's like on the level of the sharh of Qatrun Nada. But I say it's heftier. That doesn't mean, though, that Al-Fakihi is higher than Ibn Hisham. MashaAllah. طيب. Wallahu a'lam. Do you have any question? The author of Mulhatul I'rab is Al-Hariri. Al-Hariri. بارك الله فيكم وجزاكم الله خيرا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك